Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Today we're going to take a look at some outstanding yard sale finds from a while back. Thought I'd share these with you, so let's have some fun. Stick around. Okay, hey guys. I want to talk today about some yard sale finds that I ran across. I'm going to put a whole t-shirt down here because some of these things are kind of dirty. Every now and then you can get an awesome deal on something you find in a yard sale. This is one of those for me. Yard sales are kind of a fickle thing. Every now and then you'll find an estate sale that's part of a yard sale. You got to be careful there because they'll do a little research online and find out what stuff's worth. And sometimes you'll find them where they're overpriced. Sometimes they would rather sell them than take them back and store them again. I've had 2 yard sales in my life, and I would far rather you take it than me have to box it back up and put it back where it was. So, you know, you can always dicker a little bit. And this is one of those things. I posted this back in January on a couple of the Facebook groups. And I said it was the bucket of cars, and these 2 cars were $2 for the whole lot. Well, it turns out I was wrong. My wife corrected me. When she found those, it turned out it was $2 a kit. Still, though, $6 was not too bad. And we're going to take a look at some of them. Most of the time when you get a yard sale find, I'll end up doing it for parts because they're usually built. But every now and then you get lucky and you find one like this that's that once in a lifetime kind of find. And I think mine are up now. I don't know. But I'll still stop at yard sales and just do a fast walkthrough. The bigger the better, because a lot of times you will find them. And like I said, a lot of times they're built, but they're great parts cars. Some of the glue bombs, you can find some great stuff in them. I know my wife bought a tub one time that was full of them that had been in the attic for many years, they said. And it was like $5 for the whole tub full of them. And when she got them home and I was going through them excited, I found that every single body except for maybe 2 were melted and warped from being up there. But still, tires and wheels, a couple of windshields out of them, you can find some really good stuff. This Sox and Martin Barracuda, I built one of these when I was a kid. And this was one of those things where she's going through, and she's one of those that even if she's at Hobby Lobby and she'll go back to the sale clearance wall in the back, and if there's models back there, she'll take a picture of them and text them to me and go, hey, interested? And same thing at Ollie's or different places she might be if she stumbles across them. I got a great wife, man. But this is one that happened to be unbuilt, and it is that usual. Johan was really big about, I remember one of the Petty Superbirds I got, and I was so excited to get it, and when I got it home I opened it and it was this dark green color. And I've got several of those I've collected over the years, and there's one other one that's kind of a teal green, a lighter green, and I got 1 or 2 that say they're molded in petty blue. I know one is because I've got it open. The other one's sealed. But this Sox and Martin kit, the instructions, everything was in really pretty good shape. The decals, however, I don't think there's any salvaging those, but thank goodness for Slick's decals. They make the decals for about everything Sox and Martin ran. A little stain there, but the instructions, yeah, this actually was not a bad Pro Stock kit. Particularly, I always liked the engine. You got the tunnel ram, the high rise. You had the spacers, the carburetors where you could see the barrels. You had the dual point. Well, here, let's take them out real quick. Great crisp molding on the body. The chassis, nothing down there, just like it would be on a Pro Stock. The interior's in there. Yeah, the valve cover, man, this got a lot of flash on it. But the valve covers are the dual plug valve covers. Don't know if you can see that, but it's the dual plugs. And as I recall, I think it had the dual distributors. It does, the dual distributors as well. So they really did a good job on this thing as far as some of the accuracy goes, especially on the engine. It's a fairly simple kit overall, but everything with this one was still on the sprues, with the exception, I think the glass was off. Yeah. One thing I didn't like, I like the fact that it had Firestone Drag 500 slicks and Firestone tires for the front too. But it's the two-piece tires, and these things are hard as a rock. They have a rubbery feel to them, but they are they are tough. The glass, well, the windshield's on, that's going to need to be polished. A simplified dash, racing type dash. And these windows, here's one of the side windows and the back window. These things are really thin, so it gives it a better scale look too. And again, you got a lot of flash to deal with on them. This may be one I build because I have 2 or 3 of them. And then again, it may not. It may be something that sets up. But overall, this was a great find. And when she said $2, I was like, what? So it was, like I said, those once-in-a-lifetime things. So I think I've used mine up. But you can find some great deals. And like I said, people will dicker with you about these things. Well, that's one of them. The other one that I found was, it's got a mark on it of 1965. 1965, yeah. And this is the Scarab. The unique thing with this one was, I think it was also made to be a slot car, because it's very, I think as I remember counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Best I can figure, it's got like 19 parts to it, so it's really simplified. These decals again are really cracked up around the edges. I doubt they're any good. But it's a simplified kit. You've got the windshield and the headlight covers. The body's molded in metallic blue, and it's not too bad. There's some seam lines and stuff that would need to be cleaned up. And interior, the rear, the exhausts, I'm assuming, the lower pan. These are really nice Goodyear tires. Look at that pattern. I don't know that I've seen that tread pattern on any of the other tires, and I may just not be looking, but these just pretty unique. The chrome is all here. It's in pretty good shape. I think these overlay these. I'm pretty sure that's right. This is what I guess dropped in right here. Yeah. So you got, wait a minute. Slot car body. Okay, yeah, so you could use it for a slot car as well. But really cool. For a couple of bucks, I didn't think this was bad at all. But the rear engine, Scarab. And another thing I like to find is when I'm walking through a yard sale, I look for anything I can. And every now and then, if I don't find a model, I have found, on that rare occasion, those power tools that are still sealed in the box. Someone bought them, never used them, and ended up selling them for 1/3 of the price, brand spanking new in the box. So every now and then you can find something when you're not looking for it too. And the last thing I want to share with you is this bucket. I don't know if you can get a good look at that, but this bucket was $2. And here, let me back off here a minute. I'll move my camera down here. This bucket was $2, and Amanda said, that's just what it is. And I said, yeah, get that especially. And so let me show you what's in here. And apparently it had, sorry about that, actually turned off the camera. Apparently it had been out in a building or something, but I'm going to take one thing at a time out of it. The reason I put that t-shirt down is, as you can see, there's dirt and stuff still falling off these things. Single tandem trailer. I don't know what kit this came out of, and I've had a lot of trailers over the years, but this one I'm not sure about. It's got the high sides, and I think this goes down. No, it slides out, and it looks like the ramps go right there. And look at that on the back, an old NASCAR decal. Yeah, if anybody knows what kit this one came out of, shoot that to me real quick, because I'm not sure. There were so many trailers. I'm just not sure. Yeah, it's got the NASCAR decals all over. Kind of cool. This one is, oh, it's got goodies in the back. 1961 Ford pickup, and actually this is not in bad shape. Looks like somebody brush painted the belly pan, and it's got the screw on bottom there, and you can see where some stuff had been glued into the bed. Four-way lug wrench, extra battery. And you know, growing up, I remember this type of gas can. My grandfather and my dad having these 5-gallon gas cans, the metal cans, way back in the day. And it looks like there was a red light or some kind of light on the roof of it at one time. And check this out. The hood hinge, and I say hinge, was this little metal clip. Wow, look at how white underneath that is compared to here. Anyway, it got Ford valve covers. Cool. But this little clip that goes right here, then you can see where it's rusted even onto the plastic, clipped to the body and to the hood, and it has a tension on it. So kind of cool, kind of cool. But overall, it's in, it's in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape. I might have an idea for that. Next up was this chassis. Got a busted seat there. This is out of one of those 49 or 50 Fords AMTs. Got the flat head. Wow, look at the spider webs down up in there. And that's something else. But I don't think the body for this is in there. But anyway, I definitely could use that engine. I've got an idea for a flathead as well. And next up is I'm trying to remember what year this is. Oh, wow. If you remember a lot of these old kits, this is a Chrysler Imperial. And look at that giant blistering fender skirt that they've glued on the side there. But a Chrysler Imperial. There's a couple things. The radio antennas are broken off, and of course one of the spotlights is gone. It looks like it's missing the bumpers. Then they may be in the bottom of the bucket there, but really kind of cool. And of course this doesn't have an engine. It's just a screw bottom. And here is a 32 with a rumble seat. The best thing about this one, the only thing I can see that I'll salvage out of this, because the cover for the trunk is not in the box, but another piece of chrome. There is a flathead, a 4-cylinder in here. Check that out if you can see it, and I hope you can. That little 4-banger is really, really cool. I'm going to do a little research on that and have some fun with that, I think. 2-blade fan. It's really wicked. And next up, wow. This is a Galaxy. No. Wow. Oh, note to telephone. The telephone on the front seat. Man, this thing's dirty. Got a telephone on the front seat. Back in the day, they had the record players and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of the show cars had the record players up on the package shelf back here, back in the 60s. This is a 60. I think that is a... Let me get everything where I can kind of halfway keep it together anyway. I'm pretty sure that's a... Starliner. Okay, Starliner. Still got the spotlights on it. You can see where the radio antennas were here. I guess one was for the telephone. And you know, a lot of these things, though, would make those great 1950s demolition derby type cars, or your old local racetrack cars. Be kind of cool. Be kind of cool. The big old land yachts they used to run. I don't know if that tire's for that one or not. They may have to take a look at that. Next up, excuse me, Ford. First glimpse, I thought it was a Thunderbird, but that is a Wow, my fingernail's chipping the paint off. Well, what fingernail I have is a Galaxy. And it's got a couple of the big fender skirts and the forward mirrors and the hood scoop. And this is, again, a screw bottom, so there's no engine or anything. But this, you know, there's a lot of history here, too. And by the way, these things where you see the paint on them, this is all brush painted. And I have seen a couple of cars brush painted in my life. I had a buddy whose dad brush painted them. And, man, he did an outstanding job on those things, how slick it was. Oh, that's a busted bumper, and that's for the 59. That's for, yep, that's for the 59 Galaxy. And 64 Ford Galaxy grill. And I don't see the 64 Ford, though. And there's, yeah, now here's for the Chrysler Imperial. Here's the front bumper. Man, the chrome is gone. The front bumper for that. And an old gas pump, or excuse me, a grease dispenser. Also in the bucket, we've got some lake pipes for one of the cars. And here we have a Triumph. This is 32nd scale, obviously. But that's kind of wicked. Okay. And we also have an MG. And I don't see the tires or anything for it, but there are 4 more tires in here to one of these, the Galaxy or the well, no, they're on that. Those have to be for the Galaxy then. But for $2 for a bucket full of old stuff, and there's a lot of history here, like I said, too. So it's kind of cool, but the truck and the trailer, I kind of have an idea of something I'd like to do with that, and maybe even a jalopy out of one of these things. Oh, wow, check this out. This one has a telephone in the front seat, too. So I guess the Galaxy and the Starliner owners can talk to each other. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. But yeah, when you're doing yard sales, every now and then, they're worth just a quick walkthrough. And I've done that before, where I just get out, walk through real quick, and thank you, and then you jump in the car and go. Be honest with you, I'm not a big yard sale person as far as going to them, but when she started finding some of this stuff, it changed my tune a little bit. So sometimes they're worth stopping at, and these roadside little yard sale things where you have a bunch of people together, every now and then you can find a great, great deal. And oftentimes, though, you will find those people that just have everything overpriced. Wow, I'm glad I put that down. But really fun stuff, and especially when you find some really old stuff like this. And like I said, even that container that we picked up that was in the attic for so many years and melted. Well, you know, you got hubcaps, you've got windshields, you've got parts that you can do. I have cut fenders off for like a junkyard or something like that, and not bad at all. So I encourage you to hit some of those. Antique stores sometimes are a little pricey, but most of the time you can get a good deal in your antique stores. And sometimes, like I said, you got to be a little careful because they look around for that stuff. But if you don't check them out, you may be missing out on some really great stuff. And there is some great stuff out there. So give it a shot sometimes. You might be surprised what you find. Also, one of those little roadside things I wanted to share with you, I found something. Being a Petty fan, this just got my attention big time. Let me grab this. A guy was selling for a family whose kind of the dad had passed away, and he had been a lifelong Petty fan. And the guy said, I'm selling some stuff for the family. And when I saw this book, I thumbed through it, and I said, well, I don't know. And he said, well, it's a package deal. You got 2 books, and you also have these 3 die-cast cars, Petty die-cast cars. And I said, well, let me take a look at them. So I went through them. Well, this picture has 209 photos in it. And it's stuff that this guy has collected over the years. And I'm going to take the camera down here, and I'm going to hold it where I can show you a couple of things here. Right off the bat, the first picture on the first page, there's some family stuff up here. But he went to a lot of races, obviously. The Dodge Magnum. And you don't see that many pictures of the Dodge Magnum. There's a lot of stuff of him with Richard Petty, and for the sake of the family, I'm not going to show a lot of those pictures. But the cars of the races he went to, here's 1989. There's Buddy Baker's Crisco car and Richard's 89 car, the 89. I don't know what this NASCAR official's doing here, but he's got also some other pictures in here too from the Fan Appreciation Tour season, and some in the pits. So I don't know if he had a NASCAR license, or that's the 89. There's the 92. But some of the older cars you can see here, and all of these pictures, I'm going to get some of the old ones. There's Kyle in the mellow yellow running there too. Museum tours. So he was a big Petty fan. There's the 71 Roadrunner, one of my all-time favorites. Petty's Garage. There's the 64 back there, and the restoration on a Dodge Daytona. Pete Hamilton's Daytona winning car. The Buick. I think that's the season that he won the 200th race. John Andretti's version. Oh, and by the way, this is Richard's personal Superbird. But there's great pictures in here. Like I said, there's a lot of pictures. There's no way I can go through all of them, but pictures of it crashed in the pits, and a number of other cars over the years. One of the older haulers. And there's the Monte Carlo, the Buick, the 2+2, and this just goes on and on and on and on and on. And this was at Petty Enterprises. There's a picture, let me get that glare off, of Kyle's 711 Pontiac, Richard's Oldsmobile, a couple of those. They were loading it on the truck. There's other pictures of that. Some of the old car haulers with both Richard and Kyle's images on those. But some really cool stuff. And this just goes on and on and on and on and on. There's one of the 73 Chargers. The 2+2 on the track. And anyway, I could go on and on and on and on with all of these pictures, and there's a lot of great vintage ones in here of both Kyle and Richard and all of that stuff. But here's the thing. I got excited there and wanted to share all that with you too. But here's the big thing. I asked the guy what he wanted for all of it. The die-cast cars, all of this stuff, and it was $40. And I almost felt bad, and I almost injured myself getting my wallet out. But this is some history, and you can find this stuff that people are selling. So every now and then, make a stop somewhere. And if they don't have anything, hey, just do a quick walk through and get back out there. But you'd be surprised sometimes just by stopping on the side of the road, seeing what they've got. You can find some treasures. Guys, thanks so much for listening. Remember, hit that subscribe button, the like button. Leave me a comment, especially if you had any comments about any of the stuff that we just looked at. I'd be interested in hearing what you got to say. Y'all have a great day. We'll be wrapping up the Barracuda hopefully within inside of a week. So the 69 CUDA in 25th scale will be out very shortly. Guys, thanks so much again for watching. Y'all have an awesome time. We'll see you in the next video.